Hey guys, so we just wanted to come on here before the weekly recap to just briefly talk about what happened at the US Capitol this week. And I mean, the thing we want to say is like, we do not condone violence. Like, we're all for a peaceful protest and getting the message out. But violence is never the answer. And kind of what we wanted to come on and say, and we actually had a prayer the day after to pray for our country. And we're just asking all of you to pray for our country. Pray for peace, pray for unity, pray for the new administration that's coming in. Pray for the US Senate, the US House, pray for your state government, your local government. It's just amazing what prayer can do. And I'm scared of what kind of crazy far left ideas will come about. But what I suggest is just pray and ask God for wisdom and knowledge to all the politicians, everyone making decisions, all the leaders. Pray and ask God to just give them the wisdom and knowledge they need to make the best decision for our country. And just, our hearts hurt from this week. I think a lot of people are confused, and you're not the only one. But when we're confused, when we're hurt, that's when you get down on your knees and pray. So that's my advice. Anything from you, Mal?
Yeah, and I'm just going to echo everything you said. Like, I'm hurt. I was sad. I was coming back from Georgia when I found out everything, and then I walked in the house, and it was on my parents watching the news. So yeah, the only thing I know to do, because I was talking to my friend, and we were just saying, like, what do we do? What do we do? The only thing I know to do is to pray. So that's what we can do, and we can pray, and then we can, work on what's going on where we are. We don't know what the future holds, and right now it seems kind of grim, but we know that God's in control, and that's the most important. That's the most beautiful thing. In my devotional, I'm reading First Peter, and what one of the things it was talking about is like having hope in situations, which is so perfect. Like, looking back, that's so perfect right now. And one of the things it was just talking about is that, like, we have hope in the future outside of this. Our home is not here, so we have hope in something that's going to be bigger and better outside of what we see here in this world.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I also want to say that we are starting next week. We did the poll, and on Wednesdays at 8, we're going to have our time of prayer and Bible study. So you definitely should join us. Join our Facebook group. We'll be talking more about that, and then next month we'll start a Bible study. But we'll get on that later. But right now, someone had mentioned how they were like, "Oh, we should do this prayer thing every week," and I was like, you know what? Why not? I want to start the Bible study next month, but we can pray now. And we need prayer now.
And especially with a new administration coming in. And I know this month we're really going to be focusing on praying for our country. Like, we're going to be pulling some Bible verses out about politics and government and kind of what God says about it. And we're really going to be praying. Like, we're going to be praying for Republicans. We're going to be praying for Democrats. We're going to be praying for unaffiliates, Green Party, Libertarian. Like, we're praying for everyone.
Yeah.
And because in the Bible it says God has chosen our leaders. And we shouldn't be praying for the leaders we want to succeed. We need to be praying for the leaders that God has chosen, which is who's been elected. And especially with COVID, because I think that's something I failed on this past year. I did not pray for our government's leadership with COVID. And that's something I regret and something I failed to focus on. Like, we've all been stressed out about COVID, but I failed at praying. And I think what happened in the Capitol made me realize that I have failed so much at praying for our country this past year.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think it was a wake-up call. in all fronts. Yeah, I think it was just a wake-up call, and we have to humble ourselves and ask for forgiveness to God, and move forward in our lives and in this country. So yeah,
Yep.
that's our statement, and we're sticking to it. Okay, so now back to the regularly scheduled program. You are listening to Those Other Girls with Mallory and Friends. I'm Mallory.
I'm Victoria.
And we are changing culture and bringing back traditional values. So we wanted to say that statement and kind of just leave it at that. And we wanted this to be a like a fun, light episode to get your mind off of it. So yeah, okay. So our first topic is what, Victoria?
We are talking about a man and a woman.
That was so cringe. Like, I saw it for the first time. I saw people sharing it on Twitter, and I was like, "Oh, this is a funny sketch." And then I was like, "Oh, wait, this is real."
Yeah, and yeah, I can't stop laughing at it. It's like, in your heavenly name we pray, a man and a woman.
Like, he was so serious. Like, I thought it was he was so serious, so I thought it was a joke. Like, I didn't think that like he. Like, what?
Do you know, I don't have it up, but like, what's the Latin term? Because someone was saying
it means
it's like,
so be it.
Yeah, so be it. It's like not even like, look, did you not take your high school Latin, man? Because it's not a sexist thing, my dear. It's literally Latin.
Yeah. And like oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, all of the little like memes or whatever that have come out of it, like, how are they gonna know whether they're gonna sing, what type of hymns or hers they're gonna sing, stuff like that.
Oh yes. Are we now gonna call the son the daughter as well? So like, look, the daughter's out today.
That's a funny one.
Let's see, what else do I have?
Oh yeah.
So I'm Catholic. So mine knew when I say my prayers in the name of the Father and the Mother, the Daughter and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. And a woman.
That's funny. Okay. Preachers with Sneakers, which is a interesting account. You can't. Have you ever followed them?
I don't think so. I need to.
Okay, you should. They are, so they'll like take pictures of like preachers with their sneakers, or like even their shows, and then they'll show you like how much. No.
Oh no,
it's not what you're thinking. So like, for example, like TD Jakes, I feel like I'll just do everybody's favorite, Pastor Stephen. So like they took a picture of the shirt he was wearing and they found it, and it's a $500 shirt.
Holy crap.
So that's what they do. They basically explode.
Oh, I get this account. I thought it was just like dorky sneakers preachers wear.
No. This Versace jacket that TD Jakes is what Versace was €995.
Okay, do you know like how many churches in like third world countries that could be making? Or like at least like giving money to feed third world countries?
Yeah, that and that's the point of the account. To show like, hey, this is not okay. And it's like,
so do they have something about a man and a woman?
Yes, that's why I'm pulling it up, and I'm trying to find it because they had like some really funny thanks for bringing us back to topic. Okay. So they said like boycotting Disney until they give us a Womadorian, like the Mandalorian. Yes. And then a bunch of people posted some, and then like someone was like, a woman to that. Another person was like, I can't believe you have the audacity to woman mention this. Let's see. That's borderline in who woman. Stuff
Have you seen the one? It's like menu and woman you. When you go to a restaurant, I would like my woman you now, please.
Yeah, that was funny.
Can I have the kids woman you?
And in my head, I'm wondering if like he thought he was doing something cool. I wonder if he was like, I'm gonna do this, and then
I wonder too, because didn't Nancy Pelosi like have like new rules on the house floor. Was that
Yeah.
before or after this? Because I wonder if he felt like he needed to. And it still amazes me. We still pray. I mean, it still amazes me. We still pray with all the wokeness up in DC.
I know.
We still pray. But I'm wondering because Nancy Pelosi had the changing like gender pronouns and all that when they talk on the House floor, which that's going to be entertaining when Republicans try to do it.
Right.
Because like I had someone at Starbucks. There's a barista at Starbucks, and them had the pin on her. I just struggle so much with this.
Yeah.
Them had a pin on their hats. And I mean, I still I don't agree, but I want to be considerate. This is how they feel. Whatever. And I said, yes, ma'am. And I go, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Oh my gosh. My mom, it was someone who I feel like I wouldn't be able to recognize it because I'm younger and it's a little bit more common. My mom in her 60s, oh my gosh. I'll never forget. We were at a restaurant.
Well, I would have no
pronoun.
Oh God. Well, how do you know though? I wouldn't have no idea unless they them. I keep saying she, but they them had a pin on their head. How would you know unless they tell you?
You don't. For they, thems, I feel like you won't know unless they actually tell you, which is why I just feel like it's not very realistic or considerate of someone else if you are getting upset if you don't tell them.
She wore it. Dang it. I like that they wore a pin. That helped me.
Yeah, no, it's hard. I don't know a they them personally. I mean, people on Twitter, but for the person that my mom messed up, to me it was clearly a woman transitioning to a man, and my mom kept saying
the old
stuff
pronoun.
like she, this and that, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, man, mommy, please stop. They're gonna spit in our food. And then it was just awkward. But I think that I forgot what I was gonna say. If they don't tell you, most times you don't know. But I think you can if it's just from one, if they're okay, so if they are not cisgender, if they are just transitioning, I feel like you can tell. But if they're non-binary,
oh no. Are you there, Mel? I think the video cut out. Sorry. Hello? There we go.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Video cut out.
Okay. We're good.
Okay, if they're non-binary or
if they're non-binary, then I feel like you can't tell unless they tell you. But if they're just transitioning, then you can tell.
Yeah, and this person was not transitioning. I think it was just their pronouns. I guess they're either cisgender or non-binary. I'm not educated on that. But I would not have any idea because to me, they looked like a woman, sounded like a woman. That's why I keep accidentally saying she, her, and ma'am.
Yeah.
Talking about her right now.
Yeah.
Talking about them. Dang it.
And I think I don't necessarily think it's wrong. Because I know a lot of people, especially Christians, are like, well, it's, you don't want to give into someone's delusion. Excuse me, sorry, y'all. You don't want to give into someone's illusion, and I agree. But if it's a stranger at a Starbucks, I just respect that. I don't think that me saying, actually, you're a woman and you're mentally ill, so I'm not going to give it. I don't know how that will be beneficial.
And that's Jesus called us to love everyone,
right?
And that's not showing love. And I think if you go and try to preach in their face saying them is not a thing, you shouldn't be doing that, you're an awful person, you're a sinner, they're gonna write you off like that,
right? And I think
and you'll never get the message to them.
I think that stuff happens with building a relationship. We saw in the Bible that for example, God built relationships with his disciples. God built relationships with people and then had them go out, and the same thing with all of the apostles. They built relationships with their community and then told them hey, yo, this is not right. all of the letters that Paul wrote were to communities that he somehow had some sort of connection with. You walking up to a stranger is not going to do anything.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I'm a sinner. You're a sinner. All the disciples were sinners.
Yeah.
And I don't think we need to look down on someone for their sin. Like, we don't have to agree with it. We know it's a sin. We would never do it. Like, we have to hold ourselves accountable.
Right.
But by showing people love, unconditional love, I think that's the best way to reach people.
Yeah. Yeah. And I want to add, like, showing people unconditional love. And then, for example, like, I do think if you are a Christian and you are friends with another Christian, you should call out their sin, like the God tells us to. But you don't go, hey, Victoria, you're a gossip queen and I can't be around you. No, like, hey, you know what, Victoria? This is the 16th time you told me about this, and that. Maybe you should chill. Like, that's all you have to do. But like, once again, and also with relationship, I think people forget that. Like, you can't just like berate people or like convict them unless you have a relationship. Like, also too, another thing, sorry, and then we can move on. But another thing I just thought of that I feel like we forget is, like, something is wrong and is wrong no matter what. But God is not holding, like, if you're not a Christian, we can't hold them to the Christian standard. We can say it's wrong. So, like, let's say I was at the Starbucks and my child was there. We go in, they, them, and then we go back and I explain, hey, that thing is wrong. I don't know if they, them is a Christian, so I can't hold them to that same standard. But I can go back and make sure because I do think you need to call out things like that, especially around children, because they don't know. And then, it's going to get crazier. So you really need to call it out, but you don't have to do it to that person at that time because it would not be beneficial.
Yeah, and like, you don't know, like you said, and that's kind of what I wanted to wrap up on, is like, you don't know if they're Christian. They may not know any better.
Yeah.
And the only way for you, not the only way, but the number one thing the number one thing Jesus said was love your neighbor. And is that the number one or number two?
You love your neighbor as yourself.
Yeah,
so
love your neighbor as
love
yourself.
God, love your neighbor.
Yeah, and so you go out and you need to show love to everyone you see. And teach them about Jesus, and then hope maybe they'll repent from their sins. Who knows? But so a man and a woman walked into a bar. All right, so Mal, so you want to read off this tweet?
Okay, so it's this hilarious tweet that I thought was really funny, and I'm gonna shout out Pretty Patriot. That's her Instagram. She's hilarious, and I follow her on Twitter. And her tweet is @SallyMay. Your silence is deafening. Please do the right thing and cancel all of your accounts with conservatives immediately. Start with me. And I just think that's so funny. Just because, they're canceling conservative accounts. And at this point, everybody knows that they have suspended President Trump's account, which I think is
ballsy.
That's ballsy. Here's the thing. Like, okay, so it's a free public it's a private platform.
Yeah, it's a business.
Do whatever you want. That's your thing. But my concern is I really don't now it's the public square. So that's where I think the line is a little and that's a little crossed. So I really don't know if that was a good idea.
And that's where I'm confused because it's like, okay, like where is that line though? Because like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, they're companies. They're businesses, just like any other business. But where's the line drawn between the business side and the free speech side?
Yeah. And I wonder that too, because, as a conservative, I feel like this is a difficult topic because it touches free speech and private business. And if you're for the free market, and if you're for free speech, this is like a moment, because like I said, it is, and like you said, it's their business, they can do whatever they want to do. I think about if you know, we had situations like that on our platform, like on our blog. Maybe someone
if someone cussed or said like mean things to someone else, we would block their comment.
Exactly. So that's exactly. So then from that aspect, I'm like, yeah, you know what, they need to do that. But on the other side, I'm like, well, this is the president of the United States, at least for the next 11 days. This is the president of the United States. And my other concern is like, it makes people feel even more justified in some of their beliefs that are not helping.
And I think it helps the cancel culture aspect, because it's like, okay, like if you're not letting me say what I feel like is the truth and you don't agree with it and you see Twitter canceling me, then that's not helping us have an open conversation to understand each other.
And I want to add too, I really like, I've been going back and forth on this. I have a Parler, but to be honest, I've had one since July, and ever since, I don't know, whenever it was a couple months ago, everybody switched over. It's been glitching like crazy. Like it just never works for me. But the more I think about it, conservatives, if you can, let's not leave these major social media platforms. I know it's frustrating. I know that it's hard, but I really don't think we should leave them. Purely because if we leave, all it is going to be an echo chamber for the left. And there's not going to be anybody combating these ideas. So how are we going to change the culture if we're not where the culture is? We are to be, we are in the world. So the social media, we're in the world, but we're not of the world. So we can be in these platforms. We can be combating what they say, but we don't have to be like them. And I mean, it's frustrating. Like I haven't, thank God, like Those Are the Girls account hasn't had any issues with that. But you know, might.
I'll give you an example. I don't think I've talked about this on here before. My mom posted a video of Kamala Harris talking about legalizing prostitution. It's Kamala talking. There was no discussion, like the video was like not altered or anything. It was just Kamala talking about legalizing prostitution. And my mom posted it on her Facebook, and Facebook took it down without notifying her. And instead it's like it's against like their policies, and she's like, it's literally a video of her talking. How is it not her?
Yeah.
And I think that's where, and I think we've talked about censorship before, and it is a fine line, because it's like, okay, like you do want to prevent bullying. You do want to prevent false information coming out. But how do you do it successfully?
Right. And my other concern is the false information. Like I don't feel comfortable with the social media being the arbiter of truth. Like I just don't think that's the, like, I forgot who, but a conservative commentator was saying how he literally posted the words of somebody and they fact checked him. And it's like that person literally said what they said, and then they can't, that's not okay.
Well, and anytime President Trump posted anything from election to now, there's always a fact check saying this is the results of the election. Like he posted something about Hanukkah, saying happy Hanukkah, and it goes, this is the results of the election.
Yeah, stuff like that. And then, to be honest, like, and that's when I do stuff like that, I'm like, that to me, that just does not seem right. But it's also like, it's a private business. And I don't know if you heard about Senator Hawley, Josh Hawley, is that his name? He was one of the only people who still said he wanted to contest the election.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Okay. I just
don't remember his first name.
Yeah, I don't remember his first name either. So he actually had a book that was supposed to be published, but I want to say it was
I saw that.
So they're no longer publishing his book. And at what point is that okay and not okay? Yeah. Because I think that I really do think even some people who I really disagree with, and I really don't like that they have a platform. I still think they should be able to say what they say. I think they should be able to say it everywhere so that those of us who have the truth, those of us, we can speak up, because if people are saying it in their echo chambers, there's no one checking them. There's no one who's going to say, actually, that's not right, or actually this and that. So I like, where's the line on that? Like, that's another private company. They should be able to support, they should be able to publish what they want to publish. Then I think about us, like, you know, I would love to eventually help people that write like fun fantasy novels or anything like that have like a Christian twist to it. I would love to somehow help with that. So if someone, you know, let's say someone writes this fantasy novel and it's really good, and I'm so excited, like it's a Christian fantasy novel, Ted Decker, Frank Peretti level. I don't know if any of y'all have read them. Amazing. And then all of a sudden they have murdered 16 people. They're a serial killer. They get arrested because they find out they're a serial killer. Okay, so like I feel like that is grounds to remove the book. Like, you know what, this was a good novel, oh well, it's not going to see the light of day. So it's like I feel like that's, but then again, line.
Okay, let me give you, so it's a good novel, he made money off of it, that money could be going to his victim's family.
Okay, so after, that's so funny you say that, because when I said that, I was like, well, I guess we could donate.
There's always could be a good for something.
Yeah, so then it's like, should you still push the book? So like, and what the book has nothing to do with, I think their reasoning was just because, you know, he was contesting the election, and they said he was like.
What was the book about?
I think it's just a memoir.
That means he's running for office in 2024.
Oh, you think? Oh, really?
Oh, whenever. So? Okay, guys, here's a tip. Whenever a candidate comes, or whenever a politician comes out with a book about who they are, they're running for president or higher office.
You know what? That is what happened on Scandal. Melly released her book, and then a couple days, and wow, and Olivia Pope told her to write a book and then run for president.
Okay, Madam Secretary, same thing. They told her when she was running for president to write a book. Why do you think Ted Cruz has a book? Why do you think Nikki Haley has a book?
Tim Scott.
Who else? Let's see. Kamala has a book that came out in like 1819. Elizabeth Warren, same thing. That's why everyone thought Michelle Obama was going to run for office, because she had a book that came out the year before the election.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, so tip. That means he's running for office, guys. And I bet that's why they held back the book, because they knew he was running for office.
Wow. Okay. Inside stuff from someone who knows about elections. Wow. Okay. And that makes a lot of sense. And it makes sense that he's running, because I feel like his name came out of nowhere. Like I had never, what state is he from?
And that's why the media is so focused on him right now.
Yeah.
And blasting him, because, okay, him and Senator Cruz are not the only senators or Congress people that have gone saying they're going against the election. But those are the only two people that they're focusing on, because they're going to be some of the Republican front runners in 2024.
Yeah, that all makes a lot of sense. Wow. That makes a lot of sense.
Yep. So,
wow. Okay. Wow. So yeah, so all that to say, like, you know, where is the line for censorship? I don't know. Because I think about, like, if I was running a platform, once again, in our Facebook group that everyone should join, if you start cursing at people and you call someone
mean,
out of their name, I'm gonna remove you. So
we don't do bullies, guys.
No. So is that censorship? If you start posting things that are like way left field that have nothing to do with
nude
anything,
pictures, we'll take that down.
Is that
in a
censorship?
heartbeat?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll report you if I'm being honest.
Yeah, because I mean,
censorship.
We get some weird comments like on some of the social media I manage, and I'm just like, I can't have this up here.
Yeah.
So I just hide their comments. They think their comments there. No one else will see it.
Oh, and I'll report something in a heartbeat. All those little accounts too. Those accounts that send you like nude pictures or like I'll report you in a heartbeat. especially if you send me a picture, I am so against that. Like, don't.
No,
I will report
I'm
you
good.
without any qualms.
I got a husband. I'm good.
I just don't want to see it. That's I have no excuse. I just don't want to see it. So yeah, so I think that's just something to discuss. We should discuss that in the group. Like, where do you think the line is? In our Facebook group, where do you think the line is?
And then how do you manage making sure there's no fake news, but also no bullying? Like, there's no need for bullying, guys.
Yeah.
Like, I can't tell you how many political groups, like, I've seen people bully. Yeah. Like, so, I mean,
especially
I think
lately.
Well, even like I told you about one of our friends that ran for office. He got bullied for they were bullying him for being so skinny.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how does that matter?
How beneficial is that?
And like I've talked about this before, there's a difference between holding your politician, your representative accountable and just being plain bully. Yeah. And most of the time the people are just being plain bullies.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. So, I mean, I think you got to do something about it. I think you have a social responsibility. I think that the president, I don't think it was a smart move to remove the president.
I agree.
Especially in the last couple of days. I mean, y'all, he just has 11 more days in office.
And so, I don't think like his tweets, I really don't think it instigated what happened in the Capitol. Do you?
I don't think so either. This is what I think instigated it. I think there are a few alt-right people. I follow this one alt-right guy just to be abreast on what's going on in that world. Mm-hmm. And they have been planning this since November 3rd. Like I think what really instigated people, I think like there's been one or two people on the alt-right that have really just gotten people all fired up. And like, once again, I don't condone violence, and I do not think that was the way to do it. I think the way to do it is to get into your local government, but we'll talk about that in another episode. But I think that people are really angry and they don't know how to express it. And they saw like, oh, wait, they're doing something. Let me join them. I think that had a lot to do with it too. I think it just got people riled up. I don't think that's the other thing too. I don't think he incited, even at the rally, I don't think he was inciting it. I don't think it was like him. Here's the other reason why I don't think so. Because like, I feel like if he did, he would have come out there and been like, yeah, look at my people.
He is Trump, right? Not your friends.
Yeah.
Wait,
okay.
What? Yeah. He is in Trump. He said he. I was like, whoa. Wait a minute.
Yeah. I mean, like, President Trump would have like been like, yeah, these are my people. Look at us. We're out here. But instead, he was, like, hunkered down like the rest of people. Everybody, I think everybody was shocked. Yeah.
And I wonder too, like the delay in the messaging from him, I really wonder if it's because they were trying to get him to a safe place. Nobody's talked about that.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. But I guess we'll go back real quick. Like what happened in the Capitol. I think it's 4 years of frustration with how the media and the left had treated President Trump.
And the supporters, anybody, like even if you were a never Trumper, but the fact that you said that you were a Republican and you agreed with some of the stuff, they still hated you.
Yeah. And between that, how the media treated us Republicans, how COVID's locked us up for a year.
Yeah.
I really think it was just a ticking time bomb. And I just want to have our listeners really think about that. If Republicans were not bullied by people on the left, if we were not bullied and treated the way we've been treated the last 4 years, if President Trump had not been bullied, and even if he had say they didn't talk crap about him like they have the last 4 years and treated him the way they treated him the last 4 years, and he still lost, hypothetically, I don't think that what happened Wednesday would have happened. Yeah. I think if we just respected each other and, not have so much ugliness towards each other, that's what is frustrated. I think that's what frustrated this group of people that were there. I think they were sick and tired of how they've been treated. COVID, they've lost jobs. I bet a bunch of those people up there had lost jobs because of government shutdowns and how the government's controlled. I mean, think about it. If you can't work, if you can't provide for your family and you're desperate, what are you going to do?
That's what my dad said. My dad said he bet a lot of those people, especially people at the front, they have been locked in the house all this time. They're tired. Like they're not thinking straight. Yeah.
They keep reading stuff. It makes them angrier. They feel like the whole thing with COVID, everything that's happened this year against Trump, they feel like Trump got cheated out of the election. Like, I don't disagree. I feel like there was some voter fraud. I feel like
100%.
I feel like it wasn't a fair election.
Yeah.
And
not completely, yeah.
Not completely, but I think it's if these last 4 years didn't happen, I don't think the other day would have happened. I think it was just a ticking time bomb that finally exploded.
Yeah. No, I agree 110%. Yeah.
Yep. So Aly and AJ have a new song.
Okay, I was going to say, this is how I was going to transition. I was going to say, speaking of angry people, Aly and AJ, so they released a new song. Well, it's a remix of an old song, a song that myself and two of my friends from the 4th grade performed on our balcony.
Oh, no.
For our neighborhood. We did.
If I ask your mom, is there a video I could put with this?
There is not a video, and if there was, I would not show you. Everybody can just imagine 4th grade Mallory with her two friends on the balcony screaming, and my grandma in the back clapping because she supported everything I did. That, like, Aly and AJ, I love them so much growing up. Like, I don't like looking back. I don't know.
Cowbells.
Like, Aly and AJ, cowbells.
Feel the Future.
They were only in that. Oh, they were in Sweet 16. They did. Remember that show, My Sweet 16, where the girls. Did you ever watch it on MTV?
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, that's not a Disney Channel show.
No, but they made a movie and they were in it too. Yeah, it was a straight to DVD movie.
What have they been doing recently? Have they done anything or?
I think they had a band or something like that at one point, and then I think now they're going back to being Aly and AJ. I think this the remix is like their attempt to be like, hey, we're back.
Are they trying to pull a Jonas Brothers?
I think so, and honestly, I'm all for it. Like the only so the remix was literally just changing stupid to the F word, which I still sing stupid out of like protest, and then also because that's just how I know it. Yeah, like that's how I remember it. So it's like just the explicit version, which I think is so funny. All they did was just make an explicit version, and I really like that part. I'm just kind of like, you guys don't have to do that. And I saw on Twitter someone was like, they should make He Said, She Said an explicit version, and I'm like, He Said, She Said is kind of already explicit. Yeah. Like, looking back, I remember rehearing that a couple years ago. Like, it's Ashley Tisdale.
Yeah. Well, He Said, She Said sounds like a hashtag Me Too thing.
Okay. Also, too, that's a good point. I don't know how well
that was my first thought. That sounds like a hashtag Me Too.
Well, okay. So I remember it was like it's about He said, well, you said, okay, first is Ashley Tisdale. It's Ashley Tisdale. And it is like during that time where she was like leaving Disney Channel. So, everybody does like that little extra
Their rebellion. Stuff. Their Disney rebellion.
And I think it was even in that Bring It On movie that her sister was in. And
wait, her sister was in.
Her sister was in the one.
Sister? I'm Googling this.
Ashley Tisdale's sister is in the one where they're at, because there's like 16 of them, where they're at the if you are watching the YouTube, you're seeing me do it because this is the big thing about it. They're at the cheerleading competition at the park.
What's her sister's name? I bet it's on
let me see.
Jennifer Tisdale.
Yeah.
Which one is she?
I'm pretty sure she's like the dumb blonde in the movie. that's actually not dumb, but she does that because people like her, something like that. Like the movie, it's cute. Like it's a Bring It On movie.
She
so
was in Legally Blonde too.
oh, that movie.
She was in Bring It On, In It to Win. She was in The House Bunny. That's funny.
Oh, she's in The House Bunny as who?
A Fire Mew.
Oh, so she was just like.
Oh, LOL. I bet that because I was a Phi Mu. I bet that's like a take on Phi Mu.
Oh, I didn't know you were in a sorority.
Yeah, she was a. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, you're still part of it, or did you?
Well, yeah. I mean, I graduated. I went alum.
Right. Okay.
She was in The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody on one episode. The Sweet Life Goes Hollywood. Which one was that?
I don't remember that one.
Sweet Life Goes Hollywood. I'll Google it. Give me a second, guys. Sweet Life Goes Hollywood Part 1 is Season 2, Episode 37.
Episode 37? How many episodes were they doing?
This was presented in 2 parts. It was hour long. On a winter day when school is closed, Zach and Cody caused mischief in the hotel. I remember this now. 2 failing screenwriters notice their antics and think it might be a good television show. So the boys, their mother, Maddie, London, and Mr. Mosby fly to Hollywood to consult with the writers and observe the pilot of the title, How Sweet It Is. They stay at the Tipton, LA. They meet the cast. That
was such a good show. I'm telling that was cinema. Like it was so good. I had Disney Plus for a hot second.
Oh, I have it.
I need to get it again. I was watching Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Sweet Life of Zach and Cody and Phil of the Future.
Yes, I was watching
and Kim Possible.
Boy Meets World because I had never seen that. So I started. I was
so good.
Yeah, I never saw it. It was a couple of seasons in, but then I just stopped for some reason.
Are they in college?
No, I wasn't that far in. I was in they had just started high school, which was like 7th grade. They were in 8th grade. It was weird because it went from I guess high school starting in 7th grade. I've never heard of high school doing that.
Well, back then, middle school was 7th grade through 9th grade. And then high school started in the 10th grade.
Well, in that, he was 7th grade in high school.
That's weird.
And I guess because they wanted the brother more involved, maybe. It was right before, I was the season before they switched his little sister out.
Oh, yeah, they did do that. That's weird. Mm-hmm. I hate when shows do that.
Yeah.
They did that with Hope and Faith. Did you ever watch that show?
Mm-mm. Well, they did that with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the mom. Yeah. And it was the moms didn't look anything alike. We were just supposed to pretend oh, okay.
Yeah. And, okay, did you ever watch Family Matters?
Yes.
Remember they had a little sister and she just wasn't there? I wonder if they ever addressed it. I wonder if you can watch it.
I think so.
That's so weird.
Well, they said Boy Meets World too. Because I think, oh God, what was the girl he ended up being with? What's her name?
Topanga.
She had a sister, and then all of a sudden it was an only child.
Oh, she did? I don't even remember that.
Yeah, she had an older sister that picked her up, and then all of a sudden she's an only child.
That's so funny. Maybe I'll watch on YouTube inconsistencies in Boy Meets World now.
Mm-hmm. It was really, I think BuzzFeed did an article on it, which I'm not promoting BuzzFeed, but I do
not for your news, at least.
Not for your news. I do have to say I spend a lot of money based on what their BuzzFeed shopping says.
Really? I've never.
I follow BuzzFeed shopping on Instagram, and they always have 42 things for your work at home office. And I'm yes, I need this. I was oh.
I do. When I need gifts, I usually look at their list. So fun stuff like that. But your news,
I got this face mask, not a face mask, an eye mask to sleep, a sleeping mask. Oh my God, I've never had the best sleep of my life.
Do you need it to be dark to sleep?
Yeah. Okay. And it's Tempur-Pedic over my eyes. It's pitch black.
Wow.
Thank you, Amazon.
And BuzzFeed, I guess.
BuzzFeed, yes.
But yeah, so nostalgia. I mean, I think that's the other reason why I'm really excited about it, just because of nostalgia.
It's like
And I
whenever
feel
a
like,
Jonas Brothers song comes on, I just gotta jam.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, what other groups?
What
Oh, I
other
was gonna
groups?
say what other groups really quick, and then people, we can discuss this on the group, in the Facebook group too. Other groups that you want to come back, or do a remix of their song.
Because I was a huge Jonas Brothers fan.
Me too.
That was like, I had their posters all over my bedroom. I was in love with Joe. Still is. Sorry, babe. Still in love with Joe.
Joe was my favorite too.
Okay. Ooh, so cute.
I know. Okay, so
else? I guess can Hannah Montana come back?
I was just about to say that while you're thinking. I was gonna say Hannah Montana. If we could just get Hannah Montana back. I miss the old Miley, as they say.
Yes. I mean, could you also say the old Taylor Swift? But I kind of feel like she's making like a circle, going with like this folksy music.
Yeah. Oh, maybe. I did like so I never liked country music, but I did like Teardrops on My Guitar, like the OG. I did like that
Tim
stuff.
McGraw.
Yeah. Our Song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God, what's
I knew
the
mainstream stuff.
Like the Juliet. It's like Romeo and is it Romeo and Juliet? Yeah, that one. What's that song called? Love Story. That's it.
Love Story. Yeah,
that's it. You said Love Story. Let's see who.
You Belong With Me. Yes. I don't know why that song. Like, I have never had a situation like that before, but I remember listening to that and being like, "Yes, you do. You belong." And I'm like, "Why is this relatable?" Oh, White Horse. I thought that was the most beautiful song that has ever been sung by a human. When I first heard that, I used to love that song, White Horse.
I'm trying to think like. What about like the cast of like Camp Rock and High School Musical? Can we just come back and have like a song?
I was gonna say Vanessa Hudgens. Did she ever try to do a music career? Oh, I guess like
a little bit, but I think she's done more of like
acting,
Hallmarky movies recently with the Princess Switch.
Yeah, I saw the first one. Everyone said the second one. Well, everybody said the second one was like good if you like corny.
I was very upset that a Christmas Prince, a Christmas Prince or Christmas Princess. The Netflix had like a good for 3 straight years came out with this movies like This Reporter, went to Aldovia, and like fell in love with a prince. I think it's a Christmas Prince.
Was that the one with her in it?
No, it wasn't Vanessa Hudgens.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I mean, for me, the biggest one was Jonas Brothers. I was heartbroken when they broke up.
I know, me too. I'm glad they're back. I'm trying to think of who else did I like as a kid, because I wasn't allowed to listen to secular music.
No, neither was I. Got everything from Disney.
Yeah. If it was on Disney, I could listen to it. So that was my. I'm trying to think of any other groups. I liked Raven's voice. She's kind of crazy now, but I liked her voice.
Big Time Rush from Nickelodeon. Did you
Wasn't a fan.
Really? I liked their music. The show is cheesy as all get out.
I think that's why I didn't like the music, because I just didn't like the show. Like, I thought the show was like, I don't know.
It was cheesy, but I liked the music. Like, I could still jam to some of that music, not gonna lie.
I'm trying to even think of some songs from that time, from their music that I... Like, I think I think I like really like boycotted them. I'm trying to think, like, I can't think of a song by them.
What about Selena Gomez? Do you think like she's like gone, or do you think she's still kind of like around music wise?
I think she'll come back around. I think she's probably just like taking a break.
She has a few songs out there.
Yeah, I think she's probably taking a break just to relax. I was a Jelena fan, so I know I'm hurt that he's with somebody else. I can't imagine actually being the girlfriend. Like, so I'm sure that's like emotionally draining, just because, and also too, like, he's everywhere, and he has every right to post and flaunt his relationship. Like, it has nothing to do with us. But I'm sure, like, as it would be hard to see, because like, if we break up with somebody, if we move to a different city, we don't have to see them on a magazine. We don't have to watch them do an interview.
We can block them on social media.
Right.
Won't see them ever again.
Right. But like if you date a celebrity as popular as Justin Bieber, then
yeah. But him and Hailey's do seem cute and sweet together.
No, they're cute, but I will always say Angelina. That's just who I am at core. If he wasn't going to be with me, I would have preferred Selena, but I guess Hailey's fine. I mean, I don't know much. Is she Alec Baldwin's daughter? Like, who is she?
No, Alec Baldwin's niece. There's so there's a bunch of like Baldwin siblings. Yeah.
Is she just like an heiress?
I think she's a model.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's going long.
Next
and we still have one more thing.
Okay, so last thing, and this doesn't have to be long. We can just well, I guess it has to be a little bit longer because this is the first time. Okay, so anyway,
drum roll, please.
That was a magnificent drum roll. Always do that.
I can't roll my tongue.
Me neither. I would have done something like. You hear that?
You can't hear. I can hear that, but I don't think you can hear my mic.
Oh, I can hear yours.
Oh, okay.
We're having a summit. Woo! And it's going to be called the Here We Are, the Conservative Woman Summit.
But Here We Are for short.
Yeah, but Here We Are for sure. The Here We Are Summit. Basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to have tons of conservative women just talking about different topics that we are interested in, from things from pro-life stuff, which I know everybody here likes. That's our number one issue, and we know that that's what you guys care about. To being an activist on campus, and we will even try to have people who can talk about like running for different or like being involved in different things going on,
how to get involved politically,
things like that. We're also going to have some really cool trailers for different organizations that are going to help sponsor it, and they have like businesses, so look out for that. I'm really excited for this. I think this will be really good. It's also going to be virtual, so you'll be able to register. By the time you hear this, we'll have the link available on our website, and you just register, and it'll send you your confirmation, and then you'll be able to log on March 27th. It starts at 10 a.m. and it should end around 1 p.m. And all you can you're able to watch it on YouTube and on Facebook. So yeah, and honestly, it'll be fun if you get a group of gals together and you guys, if you want to wear your pajamas or if you want to dress up for fun, you gather around your laptop, or if you can hook your laptop thing or YouTube on the TV screen, something like that, and you guys gather around, take notes, watch, enjoy, have like some sort of party together. I think it'll be really good. We're going to have some really, really good speakers and some really, really good sponsorship giveaways. We're going to have tons of giveaways as well. So you're going to want to be a part of this. Tell all your friends. March 27th.
Yay!
Woo! Did you want to add anything, Victoria?
I'm just really excited. You're good. Is there any like guest you want to reveal? Early reveal?
No.
What are we gonna do later?
Let's do later. Just know that like it's going to be, it might be one or two that have been on the podcast, but we're really going to try to get people who have not been on the podcast that you guys like. I think you're going to like them. So
yes, and I will do my drum rolling every time we release something new.
Okay. Is there? Oh, I just want to remind everybody. For our donation, the t-shirts are out. Whitney made a really cute design, and we put the winning design out on the t-shirt. I ordered mine. When you hear this, the day before you hear this, I ordered mine. I got it in
on a Friday.
Yeah, on a Friday. Yep.
The Friday before. I ordered mine yesterday.
Oh, did you really?
No, I'm saying you could have said that.
Oh yeah.
I need to order mine today, which when you hear this tomorrow, it will be yesterday. And who's on third?
What?
You not get that? It's like, oh, who's on second? Who's on first? Have you not heard that?
I am not aware of this joke.
Oh, okay.
Maybe someone else's. But yeah, so donate. The link is in. I'll put it in the description and everywhere, and it's on the website. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode with Tracy. And if you haven't, that's the organization that we're going to be donating to. If you haven't listened to it, seriously, go back and listen to it. You're going to understand like why we want to help this organization, why we as Christian conservative women want to give back.
Yeah. Share it with your friends, because she gave so many good tips on how to see what how to identify, thank you, human trafficking, as well as like how to identify it to keep yourself safe, but also how to report it. What can we do better?
And some of the stats, like, and I'm going to keep bringing this up, and I think this was the number one when I asked everybody that like listen, like what was something that I found surprising, is that the number one traffickers are family members. Like that, it was like what? Like 36% of traffickers are family members.
She talks about a girl that was trafficked under her parents' roof, and her parents had no idea.
Yeah, so you guys really want to hear it, and donate. Please donate. Our goal is to at least donate $200 worth. I don't know what we're at this point, but I know it's not $200 unless someone ordered like all the rest of the shirts, which is fine. Thank you, appreciate it. But let's do
I
our
just
part.
won't get mine. Oh, well, I guess now I get mine. Well, today's tomorrow. Yesterday's the day before. Yeah, and then I want to let everyone know too, the North Carolina Right to Life is having their March for Life on January 16th, and we will be talking to one of the organizers on the 14th to give you guys all the information.
Yeah, so you guys definitely should go. If you're in North Carolina, that'd be really cool. We could all meet.
We're planning on doing a meetup. If it's anyone, it's just gonna be me and you, Mal.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll do a meetup. Oh, that'll be our first meetup. Yay! The March for Life for such a good cause. You go with your friends. You can make posters the night before. I think that'd be fun. And we'll go, and it's for such a great cause for the preborn. Okay, so I think that's it.
Yeah, sorry guys. Weekly recap. It's never 20 minutes.
It's never.
We just get to chatting.
Yeah. Alex Stuckey does the same thing, so I don't feel as bad. Okay. But yeah. And once again, I'm just chatting. All right. So everybody have a good rest of your night or day.
Guys.
Bye.
Oh my God. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Okay.